and search the Florida Everglades for the fountain of youth. We spend billions of dollars each year in the industries of health and beauty. We allow doctors to experiment on us to extend our time on this planet for a little while longer. John Davis believes the answer is much simpler and easier to obtain. Here is John as he speaks on immortality. John Davis, immortality.
Do you want to live forever? Sounds good. Do you want to be immortal? And this is a rhetorical question, so before your hands go up, let's think about that for a minute. Most people would say yes to these questions. And yet, they don't consider what being immortal in these bodies really means. If we had that dream come true, what would it really look like? There's a new series on television, and I like it. It's not great art. It's not deep thinking television, but it's fun television. The television series is called Forever. The story is about a man who, through some accident, obviously science fiction, becomes immortal. It's not that he can't die, it's just that every time he dies, he comes back to life. He comes out of a body of water, naked, of course, to add something to the story. But this man has lived for centuries. He has seen his loved ones pass away. He has seen his loved ones reject him because he says he lives forever and they think he's crazy. He was put in the insane asylum by one of his wives. He lives a life of seclusion and loneliness because he cannot get close to anyone else. He has to maintain this secret. He's lonely. He's afraid that people will find out what his secret is. He has one best friend, a much older gentleman, physically, because it's his son who knows about his secret. It's a terrible life. He is actually looking for ways to kill himself. He feels that he is cursed. He sees everyone that he knows. He sees life changing. He sees all the things he loves to fade away, and he's still here. That's another side of living forever that most of us probably don't think about when we talk about being immortal. But there's another way to be immortal. And it's a way that's simple. It's a way that we all know about. It's a way that we can all achieve. Today, of course, we celebrate holiday, Martin Luther Jr. King, and we celebrate this holiday because of what he did. We celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. because of how he affected us. He has been dead for many, many years, and he is still alive in our thoughts. As they say, his words are immortal. If his words are immortal, we remember who said them, he is immortal. If you want to live forever, you can do it through your deeds. Martin Luther King changed the consciousness of our nation when he gave his dream speech. And these are words I'm sure you've all heard. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Immortal words. We know these words. We keep these words. We cherish these words. These words keep Dr. King alive, keep us alive. It gives us hope, helps us to move forward. These words were not about how he wanted to live. It was about how he hoped the rest of us could live. It was the future. Do you remember these words? Is life so dear, or peace so sweet, as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery? Forbid it, Almighty God. I know, not, of course, what others may take, but as for me, give me liberty or give me death. Patrick Henry, immortal words. More words of freedom. We have high resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and the government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. And that was
Gettysburg Address.
Abraham Lincoln. We know these words. These words have been with us all our life. They will stay with us. But you don't have to even have the opportunity, let alone the act of achieving the kind of great deeds that these people did. There is a secret. There is a key to making yourself immortal. The key is to do something for others. One of my favorite quotes by Albert Pike: "What we do for ourselves alone dies with us. What we do for others is immortal." Do something for someone else. It does not have to be on a grand scale. Do something for your neighbor. Do something for this club. Take the extra step. Take the extra effort. Do something nice. Build a reputation for being helpful. Build a reputation for being someone you can count on. Build a reputation for someone who is always there, supportive, and does the right thing. Sounds simple. Doing the right thing can be very difficult if we let our own personal goals get in our way. But if we remember that this is a nation, this is a human race, that we all are part of this race, that we all share in the struggles and the triumphs. When you have a choice, think, are my objectives, my goals, my desires so important that I can't take the time to at least think about the other person first? Just think about that person. And you can do something small that may affect that person for the rest of their lives, and they'll remember you for the rest of their lives. And even when you're gone, they'll remember you, and may even pass that same message on to their kids. So do you want to be immortal? Yes or no? It depends. When we think about the fantasy type of immortality, there can be some bad consequences. However, real immortality, to live in the minds of others forever, is what we strive for. Do you want to be immortal? Do something good, and you will be. Fellow Toastmasters.